All right, so I've had the X100VI for a little bit over a month now, and if you guys know anything about this channel and myself, whether it comes to Apple Watches or any kind of tech or products, I'm into accessorizing my stuff. And today we're gonna be checking out some must-have X100VI accessories, and I've got everything from stylish cases to super comfortable grips that will make your camera feel even better in your hands. I've spent weeks testing a ton of different accessories to bring you this ultimate guide. We'll look at options at every budget point, whether you're looking for a premium leather case or just need a basic screen protector. I've got you covered in this video. We'll start with protection because of course no one wants to scratch your new shiny camera. Then we'll check out some cool handling upgrades, power solutions, and also creative tools. Don't worry, I've put all the links down below in the description below, so hit them if you want to check out any of these products. First up, we have this beautiful leather case from Bitubol. I think that's how you pronounce it. I honestly haven't taken it off my camera since I got it. This baby is made from genuine leather and it fits the X100VI like a glove. And the best part is you can actually still access all of your controls and even swap out batteries without having to take it off. The leather quality is chef's kiss. That's beautiful stitching and this classic vintage look that gets even better with age. I'm sure the patina is gonna look amazing over time. It comes with a matching leather strap, though personally I'm more of a Peak Design fan and we'll talk about those later on in the video. But for 50 bucks, you're getting some serious protection that'll keep your camera safe while making it look super stylish. Also really like that it has this extended grip on the front. I do have larger hands and having this grip makes it a lot more comfortable in hand. Okay, now let's talk about these new batteries from K&F Concepts. Now, one of the common, gripes about the X100VI is its battery life. And if you're not impressed with this camera's battery life, then these will help you out a ton. Here's the deal, for just 35 bucks, you can get 2 batteries. That's an incredible value when compared to the first party Fuji batteries. And don't let the price fool you, these do pack a punch. They aren't, super high capacity, but 1800 milliamps in capacity is gonna be keeping you shooting for hours. My favorite feature is actually the fact that you don't need a separate battery sled for charging these batteries. You can just plug in a USB-C cable directly into the battery itself. That's the first time I've actually ever seen that. And it has built-in LED, so that way it shows red while charging and green when it's fully charged. To be honest, these K&F batteries are a no-brainer in my opinion. They're great backup power that won't break the bank, and they're perfect for the X100VI. I actually have several first-party Fujifilm batteries because I do have a couple X Pro bodies, and these use the same battery as the X100VI. So going into buying the X100VI, I had a bunch of batteries already. I have a couple from Wasabi and some other ones that I just picked up along the way. So I have a good amount of batteries. But I actually got these because of the cool USB charging port on the battery itself. And also you can't have enough batteries, so I got a few more. Now let me tell you about one of the fancy accessories on my camera that's definitely gonna make you a better photographer, and that's the Squarehood thumb grip. It's this super premium Swedish made accessory that makes your camera feel amazing in hand. The aluminum grip has this really cool curved design and it just feels perfect under your thumb. What makes this special in my opinion, it's actually its design. It looks almost like a work of art. Like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It has like sharp edges, so it's kind of uncomfortable at times though because it can poke you, but it's also really cool looking and it feels good at this angle. It's hard to explain, but if you get it in hand, you know exactly what I mean. The base plate spreads the pressure evenly across your hot shoe, and thumb rest is angled just right for those long shooting sessions. And that's one thing that's pretty special about this is the angle that it's at. It's actually lifted off the body a little bit higher than some of the other thumb grips we'll mention later on in the video. But yeah, this one's unique and I like it a lot, and I haven't taken it off my camera. It's my go-to thumb rest. It does make reaching the back scroll wheel and the AEL button that I never use slightly more challenging, but I find this trade-off worthwhile for the improved ergonomics. At 42 bucks, yeah, it's not cheap, but the quality is absolutely top-notch. If you're serious about getting the most comfortable shooting experience possible, this is totally worth it in my opinion. Next up, we have another thumb grip that I actually have from my X Pro bodies as well, and that's this one from Hoage, or Hoage, however you want to pronounce it. It's another great option that'll make your X100VI feel so much better in your hand. It's also aluminum, it slides right into your hot shoe. It gives you extra stability and comfort while shooting. The design is super ergonomic and has this nice curved surface that feels natural under your thumb. And just for 20 bucks, it's a fantastic way to upgrade your shooting experience without breaking the bank, whether you're out doing shoot photography or just doing casual shooting. It makes handling your camera much more comfortable. It does block the shutter dial just a little bit, but it has no impact on all the other controls on your camera. But if you want to improve your camera handling without spending a ton of money. Like I said, it's only 20 bucks. And also you don't have to wait for it to come from Sweden. The whole grip is really nice. And also you can get it straight through Amazon. You get 2-day shipping. It's the one that I would probably recommend if you're looking to buy something on a budget. The last thumb grip I want to show you is actually from Smallrig. This bad boy is precision crafted from aluminum, just like, you know, all the other thumb grips. They're all aluminum, and it gives you extra stability and control. Of course, for one-handed shooting, doing portrait photography, that's when I use it the most. The ergonomic design does feel amazing, and it allows your thumb to have that natural curve perfectly, so you can shoot all day without getting tired, and it's just $16.99, so it's even cheaper than the Hoage grip. While this does give you the widest thumb rest area, it's not quite as comfortable as the other 2 thumb grips in my opinion. I personally prefer having like a tighter purchase. I like for it to be a little bit further in because it feels more natural for my thumb versus pulling it in to get to the thumb rest. I just leave it naturally in like that V shape. But yeah, that's me personally. For you, it might be different. You might like it to be further out. It's kind of like the PS5 controller versus the Xbox controller debate. You know, some people like it to be offset. Some people, you know, it's personal preference. But I do enjoy the fact that it leaves all the buttons unobstructed. That's a huge trade-off if you're looking to, you know, be able to still use your shutter dial. If you're not like me and don't just shoot everything aperture priority and adjust your exposure wheel, and you actually go manual and you want to manually control the, you know, ISO and the shutter speed, this is probably going to be the thumb grip that you should choose because it doesn't block any of those buttons. This thumb grip also does have this cool like waveform design over the hot shoe cover. If you were to say the word Fujifilm, this is it represented in the waveform style, I guess you could say. And it has the date of origin or the date of creation of Fujifilm, the company, on there as well. So it has some nice cool design elements. One thing that I absolutely hate about this thumb grip is that it has the giant Smallrig branding on the back of it. Like, I just wish they had a logo or like something small, or just didn't put your logo on it at all. Like, I mean, just make a really cool product and it'll travel word of mouth. You don't have to worry about slapping your brand and your logo all over it. It's bigger than the other design elements on this thumb rest. So that's the biggest gripe for me. I just hate seeing Smallrig when I'm about to take a picture. But yeah, like I said, it's the cheapest one. It doesn't block any of the buttons, and it's pretty nice. Now let me tell you about these awesome JJC camera strap eyelets. Now, I actually found these in another creator's video. I don't remember his name, but I added it to my wish list as soon as I saw it in this video. They are small, but they make a huge difference, especially in the longevity of your camera. Installation is super easy. They're just like these little leather tacos that go over these key ring style metal rings. They're only $7.99, and these eyelets are fantastic for upgrading your camera strap system. And most importantly, this protects your camera from any potential long-term damage that can be caused by the stock metal lugs. I've seen a lot of photos of people's cameras, or their X100s or X100Fs or whatever they are, and the metal ring constantly rubbing on the metal of the camera. It causes these, you know, distinct scratches all over it. So if you want to protect your investment, just get these leather tacos to put over the metal. You don't have to worry about it. Now let me introduce you to the Hoage lens filter adapter. It's this simple but super useful accessory that opens up a ton of creative possibilities while also adding to your camera's weather sealing. This precision machined adapter ring lets you slap 49mm filters onto your X100VI, like, you know, ND filters, circular polarizers, all those fun effects, diffusion. It's made from aluminum, so it's super durable, but it's also still lightweight. The threading system is rock solid. It screws onto your lens without any wobbles or cross-threading worries. Also, I love how the silver finish matches the camera perfectly. It's super quick to put on, and at just $9.99, it's such an affordable way to expand your creative options. Like I said, being able to put filters on and also, you know, give you weather sealing, it's pretty nice. Also, it's worth noting that it does not impede on the internal flash of this camera, so you can still take your photos with flash, have your filters on, and not have to worry about it blocking that. And the cherry on top is that it actually works with the stock Fujifilm lens cap that you get in the box, so you don't have to worry about buying a new lens cap to go along with this filter thread. Next up, let's actually talk about the first leather case that I got for the X100VI, and it's this leather case kit from Smallrig. It's this premium protection setup that looks as good as it functions. This half case is made from genuine leather with this really nice, clever two-piece design, so you can quickly access all of your controls in the battery compartment without having to take the case off. The fit is absolutely perfect, keeping your camera super protected while still letting you use everything. The build quality on this is actually really impressive, from, you know, the carefully picked leather and the reinforced stitching, and also the metal plate and accents that are in the body of the case itself, allowing it to magnetically attach to the outer case It's really well thought out, and I'm sure the dark brown leather will get a gorgeous patina over time, giving your camera even more character. Now with this, you actually get both the half case and the full cover in the package, so you can store it away when traveling and not worry about it getting, damaged. Plus it comes with a matching leather strap. At $54.99, you're getting an amazing value, premium materials, fantastic craftsmanship, and versatile protection options. While I don't use this case daily, I prefer the built-in grip extension on the Bitubol case that I mentioned earlier. I keep it handy for when I need to, store the camera or pack it away and travel. Now let me show you this really awesome Hoage square lens hood. While it's, primarily an aesthetic upgrade, it also offers practical benefits, and yes, it makes your camera look super, super dope. This precision machined aluminum hood keeps stray light away from your lens while giving your X100VI that classic rangefinder look. The square hood design is perfect for blocking flares, while staying, nice and compact. The silver finish matches my camera perfectly and stops any unwanted reflections. It's super quick to install, but you will need to tighten it slightly more than you might expect to align the hood properly. Thankfully, there's a rubber gasket that makes it safe and secure, so that way you don't have to worry about it being metal on metal when you're twisting it to align it. At $45.99, you're getting a premium accessory that makes your photos better if you're shooting into direct sunlight, and your camera will look amazing. This next accessory is super essential. Short and sweet, it's a screen protector. It might seem basic, but trust me, you'll want this to keep your display looking perfect. This tempered glass screen protector is one of dozens that I saw on Amazon. I honestly didn't have any rhyme or reason to why I picked this one, but it does have 9H hardness, and it'll keep scratches and impact away while keeping, perfect touch sensitivity and clarity. The fit is pretty much perfect. It's really hard to mess up a rectangle these days that covers your screen from edge to edge without messing up any of the controls. It's a screen protector. If you can put one on the phone, you can put it on your camera. Installation is pretty easy. It includes a cleaning kit with, swabs and wipes and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just $7.99. It's cheap insurance for X100VI, and it's ultra thin at 0.3 millimeters, so you don't have to notice any difference in screen quality. That's one of the biggest gripes with a lot of screen protectors out there. You don't want it to impede on the quality of the image that you're seeing on the back of your camera. Next up, we have the K&F Concept 49mm shimmer filter. Over the years, I've used and owned many diffusion filters with different strengths and different effects. Going from, using Black Pro Mist and Cinebloom exclusively, now I'm preferring glimmer glass a little bit more. And I guess this is K&F Concept's take on glimmer glass. They call it shimmer glass, but it has a lot of the same effects as glimmer glass. The difference for me has been the bloom highlights while not lifting the shadows too much, and that's something that you really notice a lot with Black Pro Mist at different strengths, whether it be 1/8, 1/4, half strength. It lifts the shadows a little too much for my liking. And at $16.99, it's a really affordable way to add some creative flair to your photos. It gives you that nice vintage filmic look, which also complements the recipes that you're also using to emulate or simulate film. It adds to that effect. Being that it's a 49mm filter, it actually screws directly into the adapter that we talked about earlier. It also works with any other adapters out there that you can use for the X100VI. Next up, we actually have something that's kind of top secret. At the time of this video, the embargo has lifted. I have in-house, and I've been using for the past week or so, the Polar Pro 135 filters with Peter McKinnon. It's a collaboration with Peter McKinnon. If you guys know, Polar Pro and Peter McKinnon have been working together for quite a while. They sent me or reached out and wanted to send me 3 filters, the Black Mist, the Gold Mist, and also the Chroma filter, which is pretty much a CPL filter. The Gold Mist does apply like this really cool warm effect to your photos, and also the Black Mist gives you that bloomed highlights, but it still preserves a lot of the blackness and black levels in your shadows. So it's kind of like a hybrid kind of filter between Black Pro Mist and Glimmer, in my opinion. And then also the CPL or the Chroma filter knocks out all the reflections. It color neutral, so you don't have to worry about it affecting the image color or quality or doing any color casting like that. These are quality filters with tons of multi-layer coatings to preserve the image quality. I've never seen a filter canister like this. It just screws directly onto the 49mm thread on the back and front of the filter. It's pretty dope. They look cool, and they're really durable. It's metal, so you don't have to worry about, your filters being damaged in transit. In my opinion, when Peter McKinnon and Polar Pro team up, their collaborations are always really dope. They make some really cool filters together. They have cool ideas. Prior to using the Peter McKinnon 135 filters, I was actually using the Everyday filter every day. This filter is actually really dope because it gives you that like quarter mist, so you get the bloomed highlights, but also you get the CPL as well, which kind of counteracts the mist in some cases, where it'll like tone down the mist, but knock out the reflections. It's a really cool filter, and I think it's one of the first of its kind. Correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen a CPL with the mist in the past. But yeah, I do like it. For certain situations, the mist can be a little too strong for me. I would much rather prefer if it was like a 1/8 mist with the CPL, because I like a subtle, bloom to the highlights. I don't like it to be too crazy. But yeah, if you're shooting directly into a light source at night, it'll look super bloomed. But the CPL is something that is a must on any camera, especially the X100VI, because you do have the built-in ND, so you don't have to worry about ND filters on your camera. But if you want to knock out those reflections, if you're taking pictures of went through windows of cars, any like metallics that have crazy reflections on them, you're gonna need a CPL filter, and the everyday filter with the mist is a nice combination. The next accessory is probably the one that you want to consider if you want the ultimate ergonomics, and that is the Tilta vintage camera cage. Now I know this may be a little polarizing considering that the X100V is supposed to be a super pocketable everyday walk around camera, and a lot of people don't want to add any extra bulk to it, but if you want all the grip you'll ever need, this is the cage for you. Between all of the aluminum accessories on this, from the top plate to the bottom plate, the thumb rest, and also the wooden camera grip, you can probably walk around with this cage without a camera strap and feel pretty confident that you're not going to drop it. Now this cage does have a significant amount of branding on it from Tilta, but I do like the fact that it's not their like militant block letters that they normally put on all the other video gear that they have. This is actually more like vintage style, considering that it's the vintage camera cage. It's kind of in line with the retro style of the camera itself, so it doesn't actually stand out or jump out and look like I'm a logo here, look at me. You also do get this really cool Arca Swiss bottom plate, which is good for tripods, and also a lot of the Peak Design accessories are also Arca Swiss, so if you have Peak Design stuff like the tripods and the camera clips, this will work with that too. Considering the quality of this cage, I actually think that the $69 price tag is pretty warranted. You get a good amount of value. And like I said, this is kind of a polarizing accessory, even myself included. Sometimes I actually take this off because I prefer the slimmed down feel and form factor of the camera, maybe with just a leather half case. Sometimes this feels like it could be a little bit too much, even though the ergonomics are really nice in hand. And if you do have larger hands like myself, and you're on a situation where you need extra protection on your camera, but you don't want to have it in a leather case covering up the lens, and you want to be able to quickly pull it out and take a picture, this is a pretty good option. Last but not least, we actually have some cool handmade, handcrafted accessories from Hyperion Handmade. Now I actually owned this soft shutter button for quite a while, and I actually had it on my X Pro 2. But when I got the X100VI, I decided to move right over. This is the brass soft shutter button with the cool old school Fujifilm logo on it. This is the first Fujifilm logo that was ever made. I think it's a nice touch. It's like etched in there, so it's not a sticker. It's not something that's flat. It has a nice texture to it. And this one has a nice cool creative look to it. I rarely ever see anyone out there with this soft shutter button. Maybe I'll see more people now that I've shared where I've gotten it from. But yeah, they have it in a bunch of different colors, whether it be black and red, black and silver, bronze and black. And they also have the different Fuji logos, like just the X. They have a bunch of different options on their website, but I prefer this soft shutter button. They also have tons of camera straps, whether it be leather, nylon, braided, super durable. If you want to add Eyelit covers, if you want to have Peak Design clips on there. Their selection is really dope for the straps. They also double as dog leashes. They also have keychains, a bunch of different options. So check out Hyperion Handmade if you want some cool handcrafted accessories for your X100VI or any cameras that you own. Do note that they are being made in like Greece and it takes a while to get to you, and if they do ship, or when they do ship it to you, you'll lose all tracking information. So it's kind of like a toss-up when you're going to receive it. It's like a pleasant surprise. Like you'll forget that you ordered this and it'll come 3 weeks later like, oh, this is cool, I'm gonna start using it. Also honorable mention accessories are like the Peak Design straps. I use Peak Design straps. I have the Peak Design backpack. I have the Peak Design camera clip that goes on the strap. Peak Design is a pretty cool modular system to where you can have fasteners and clips on all of your cameras, so that way you can strap it to your bag, you can strap it to your strap, and you got like wrist straps, all kind of straps. This will be the strap section. I'll try to link all these in the description down below and show you what they look like on camera. You're probably looking at them as I'm talking, but yeah, Peak Design straps are pretty dope. Here's some of my favorites. And yeah, that wraps it up for now. Those are all the accessories that I've been testing and using. I've seen a lot of other ones out there that I'm not too sold on, and I haven't pulled the trigger and tested out yet, but If you guys like this video, you want to see many more like it, you want to see more accessories down the line, if you want to accessorize your X100VI, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the like, comment button, suggest any accessories to me that you guys are using out there. I'm always on the lookout for some cool new accessories because I like personalizing my tech and making it my own. But yeah, it's been a pleasure as usual. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, stay fresh. Peace.